We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Keep that thought.
All right.
Welcome to Rick's Corner, and my co-hostess, Noelle Downs, who has become very popular being on here, and she's a pleasure to have because she's a wonderful woman, and she's a good friend. And a lot of you people, and they ask you and they ask me, do we have a relationship? What's going on between the two of you? And I have to say, yes, we do have a relationship.
Yes, I think we do.
Yes, I think we do.
Yeah, that sounds good, right?
I think that we're both attracted to me.
Therefore, we got this, and I suppose it's a very
we both
symbiotic relationship.
We both like the same thing. So
yeah, we have a lot in common.
Everybody has relationships. I have a relationship with my gardener. He comes, he mows, I pay him. And a relationship is just dealings between two people. How far you want to carry it is really up to you. So if you guys want to think that we're having something going on,
no, so be it.
Go ahead. It only makes it more popular. And maybe I'll run the camera when everything is off and the lights are. You'll see some stuff you haven't seen before.
Some stuff I haven't seen before either.
Even some things maybe I haven't seen, and I've seen it all. I have a subject today I want to touch on. Actually, I want to talk about. You're going to love this one.
I think I might not.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Okay.
It's sex and fitness, and do they go together?
I think those go very well together.
I think they go very well together.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about me being in high school and being in a band.
Yeah.
And about chicks, dig it, and I could have gone. I went out for football one year, and I thought, all the girls like the football players, but I didn't feel like getting dirty.
Are you serious?
It just didn't appeal to me, getting all sweaty and dirty.
So you thought, let me play the guitar. Chicks dig that.
Well, I played a guitar, and I started a band, and I was playing for high school. Back then, the dances at our high schools and colleges were like every Friday and Saturday night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that was just part of the deal growing up, and it's like Happy Days,
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
So at 16, I'm playing guitar, and I'm making about $30 a night. And back then, that's a lot of money.
Like a couple $100, isn't it?
That's like 19 cents a gallon for gas, 25 cents for a burger, and I'm 75 cents to go to a movie.
Wow.
You're doing good.
Yeah, you can take chicks out.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I saved the money for myself. I'm cheap, remember?
No, you're cheap, and you also like yourself more than any other person.
If I don't like me, who else will?
Yeah, right.
But it did appeal to women, and the fact that you're on stage, even like wrestling and that, and you're playing guitar, they're all out there watching you, and so pretty much I had the pick of the litter. So
okay.
I did what I wanted to do. But then you asked me, why did I work out?
Yeah, why did you decide that was important?
I had a girlfriend that was a year older who was a homecoming queen, and she was an athlete, and I thought I needed to get a little bit more beefy.
What kind of athlete was she?
She was a swimmer and a track team. She was really, really good looking.
So she was athletic. Really athletic.
Very. And her two cousins she lived with were working out, so they got me started training, and I took it to another level. And then one day she looks at me, she says, "You're getting awfully muscular and lumpy." And I said, "Well, that's the idea."
Yeah, like that's good, right?
This is what I'm trying to do. She said, "Well, I don't like it." I said, "Why?" "Well, because other girls are looking at you." I said,
she didn't like it because you were being looked at.
They look at me anyway, But
now they're really looking at you.
Now they're really looking, and looking at bulges everywhere.
That not a lot. Yeah, well, maybe everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah. I only got that bulge when I dance close. But
when you're at the dances.
When you dance close, you get a little bulge down there, and they wonder what the hell is that. It's just,
all right, now you're trying to embarrass me.
I just have to go to the bathroom. That's all.
Okay.
But going back then, fitness wasn't big, but working out, it made my body more alive, and it made it more appealing. So the more appealing and more alive it was, the more it attracted the opposite sex.
And what about, how did you feel your other the contemporary males felt? Did they feel intimidated by it, or were they curious about it?
Well, I had 4 or 5 guys that I started working out with me.
So they all were encouraging you? But then you beat them.
Is this Noella's Corner?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't help myself. I'm so excited. It's a sex and fitness topic. What do you want?
That's right. They wouldn't stay with it like I did. I was dedicated. And you know how that is because you're the same way. And holidays would come and I'd train, and years would go by and I'd train and they wouldn't. And then, all these years later they said, "God, you hung in there and you made something of yourself. And we just quit. Now they're old, fat, and got backaches, But yeah, they were. I think a lot of people were intimidated because you're trying to be better at what you are.
Yeah.
And they're not, and so they're intimidated by this one girl I went with, and she started going out with another guy. He said, "Well, I'm not Rick. I don't work out all the time, and I don't have a body like that." He was like, right off the bat, he started that out. Not that it matters. You are who you are, and you accept that for what it is. But I found that over the years that fitness and staying in shape makes all your bodily functions work to the max.
Absolutely.
So sexually, you're better than you were if you don't do it.
Of course you are.
And there is a lot of appeal. I mean, come on, let's see somebody. Our first, when you first meet somebody, you don't think what a great mind they have. You think, boy, that one's really sexy.
Yeah, or good looking, or you notice whatever's exceptional about them. And if they have an exceptionally good body, I mean, you're not gonna not notice.
Exactly.
Right? It's definitely not a minus.
And then why are salt shakers and pepper shakers made to look like penises?
And sometimes they made you look kind of curvy like women.
Yeah, but they're all phallic symbols. Anything you look at is a phallic symbol. It's either long like this or it's round like this, and they go together. A nut and a bolt, I mean, it's it's just the way it is.
Okay.
Everything is sexually oriented.
That's true.
But training in the gym, I mean, I know a lot of guys younger than me, and they tell me that they're taking Viagra. I mean, guys in their 20s.
Yeah, everyone takes Viagra now. It's just like it's almost as if they think they need to do that to keep up, and I don't understand that.
No, I don't think it's necessary.
I think it's just because it's a drug, and so they take it.
Yeah, I've never taken it, and I've never had to, and I'm very fortunate at my age.
Absolutely,
everything works for me, and I think it's training and diet.
I agree with you, especially because you've always been very clean about it, I think, for the most part, and so you didn't ever deplete that area. I don't really know. I mean,
listen, I have sperm on back order. I have an abundance in this
You have probably frozen somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Just in case.
But when you train and you work out hard, and you guys talk about testosterone and taking injections. Yeah, I've taken testosterone many, many times, and there's a lot of enhancers that you can take that build your testosterone levels, and just working out alone does it. So, I mean, if your testosterone is high, of course you're going to be more sexual. More sexual, of course.
Right.
And you're going to feel more sexual. And then you undress in front of somebody, you're going to feel more sexual because you feel you look good.
That's true. I didn't even think of it that way, of course, because your confidence rises if you feel good about how you look. Of course.
My confidence is rising right now.
Okay, you know what? That's just Rick. What can I do?
Okay, what am I going to say? And you can tell as it rises, the skin on my face just gets tighter and tighter. Yeah, I mean, I had a friend of mine who was married 40 years, and he told me I never undressed in front of my wife with the lights on because I was embarrassed I was fat.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Men?
Yeah.
I never thought that men would be embarrassed about that.
No, I would be if I was fat. I wouldn't like it.
Wow.
That's me. I mean, I wouldn't like it.
I think the reason I think that is I do think women are much more accepting about men not being in perfect shape. I think men, because they are so visual, they tend to be more critical. I mean, I don't think they're that critical at that moment, but they tend to notice. I mean, they will notice the differences, and that's why women will be much more popularly known for turning off the lights or wanting the lights down.
Yeah, there are women that do that, and we've talked about this before about a girlfriend I had that was gorgeous, and she went to the beach with me and was very, very upset that I got more looks than her.
But did she have a great body?
She looked good.
But she didn't get as much attention.
Well, she wasn't the Rick.
And what can you do? If you're not the Rick, you're not the Red.
That's the way it goes.
Hey.
But
Wasn't that Rick?
Diet today is a whole key. Of course, drugs and alcohol play a key because I had another friend who's my age, and he called me wanting to know what he could take to get it up because he was having a hard time because he drank so much alcohol.
Oh, you can't forget about it then.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what age
Just
you
wasn't
are.
functioning at all. He didn't.
Really?
No, he didn't work out. He didn't watch his diet. And I told him if you just do some exercise, I don't care if it's just a treadmill, just do something every day a little bit and clean your diet up, you'll start to feel better again, and you'll get more sexually active because your body's a machine and it has to run like a machine.
That's totally true. I mean, if you have an amazing car and you're putting like crappy gasoline in it, it's going to sputter and it's going to die eventually. So. And
if you don't drive it, it falls apart. So I mean, you have to use it or lose it.
I agree with that.
And so that's a big factor. Now in relationships, when you start a relationship, everything is really sexual at first.
Yeah.
It's really hot and heavy, and then as you go on, it starts to fall off a little bit. And I don't know that it has anything to do with fitness, but it has to do with interest. But if you keep your interest high and you're in shape, and if you love one another and you look at each other and tell them how great they look, and you train together.
And if you're training yourself also, and you're just feeling like you are looking better, your confidence remains.
Yeah.
The other person knows that you care enough about yourself to care about how you appear. There's a lot to it in terms of that.
There's a lot to it. But everywhere you look, on every website and Facebook, I mean, there's people meeting people, and it's all sexually driven. I mean, it is.
Yeah, of course.
It is.
Initially, yeah.
And a lot of people say, oh, no, I just want to find somebody just, there's no sex involved. I said, come on, that's not logical.
That's a nice line, but, I mean, and if it is logical, good. I mean, what are they missing out on?
I say get it out of the way the first 20 minutes of the date, and then you get to know each other.
Just make sure it works.
Yeah,
And then you can think about
You've done it, you sit down, now you can have a talk. Otherwise, you waste 3 hours on dinner and talking, and then it doesn't happen.
Yes. I don't know if I agree with that principle. I think a little bit of the build-up is kind of fun, too.
Well, I built it up on the way over in the car.
As you were driving
I've had enough build-up. Let's go. Come on. How much more foreplay?
How much more do you need?
And why do they call it foreplay? There's only 2 people involved.
I think it's spelled a different way.
Oh,
yeah.
foreplay with 2 people and a 3-way light bulb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got it.
I got it all figured out.
Yeah. I think the other thing that I've always found interesting is how people react in the gym. Like, it's kind of disarming, especially as a girl. I think, a lot of times when you're going to a new gym, or if you're just going to the gym at all and wearing whatever, and you don't really realize the effect you may be having on the opposite sex or even the same sex.
Yeah.
But I've noticed a lot of guys get pretty turned on by watching girls work out, which I found very interesting because I've always thought it seems so mannish in a way.
Those are crotch lookers.
But those are don't even get me started with that because then I get into my head and I can't work out. But also,
you like it?
No, I don't like it. I don't like that because I'm trying to work out and you notice you don't know what they're looking at, what their thoughts are, and there's something about that. It's just like you don't really want to go there because men's thoughts and men's heads.
I know what their thoughts are.
But apart from that, it's also what you wear. Like a lot of girls will say, well, they're sort of bitchy and say, can't believe she's wearing those shorts or she's wearing those hot shorts and she's wearing that little top and her boobs are everywhere, whatever. And generally, I don't do that. Once in a while, I feel like it and I will. But it's you then can expect the sort of kind of attention because you're showing it all off, So if you're doing it for that reason, then go for it. But then don't complain if you do that. And for other girls, why does it matter? If you want to come in a huge T-shirt and huge sweats, and you want to be as unattractive as possible, that's fine too. I personally don't care. I'm going to work out. But
wait a minute. You do care.
I don't care about the girls that are wearing that.
No, but the other day when we were training,
I care about myself.
Because we were having a relationship.
Yes, I forgot. Yes, that relationship.
At the squat bar, you said to me, "Oh, I want to go put a T-shirt on because I'm smooth today. My abs aren't showing."
Yeah.
So you did care.
I didn't say that I don't care what I look like. I said I don't care what other girls are doing.
No, I agree with you on that because there's girls that come in, they're half dressed, and any guy they look at that. I mean, I look at it too, but
you can't help it.
I look at it now and it's like, okay, I've seen it all. And it doesn't really interest me. If I see a girl in a baggy T-shirt and a baggy pair of sweats and she's good looking, I can imagine she's pretty darn good into that.
Yeah, because especially if you can see that they're toned underneath like a baggy shirt.
Right.
They're in great shape. They don't need to show it off.
They don't need to show it off.
I think once in a while when we've worked hard, though, we like to show it off a little bit.
No, that's okay.
And that's fine too, or if it's really hot or whatever. That day in particular, I just felt like it. I was probably feeling a little insecure that day. But then I felt really insecure because I looked down and I realized, oh, my abs aren't like they usually are. So I was like, let me put on my top. I mean, my abs were flat, but I usually have some definition.
I know.
And I was like, I hate this, and I had to put my shirt on. And he's sitting there going, I can't even believe you care about that.
Yeah.
And of course I care. You care.
I cared how my ass looked that day because I had a pair of good pants on.
Your ass looked good.
I did look good.
Yeah.
But
I noticed.
It doesn't matter same sex, opposite sex, because for years when I was younger and I was training, I had the same sex guys after me all the time.
That's true.
I mean, it was down at the beach. I mean, that's all I got hit on by gay guys. And I had nothing, no offense to any of them. They're all good guys, and I liked them. I'm just not gay.
Yeah.
But I appealed to them, and they were very complimentary to me, and I accepted the compliments. I didn't ever say...
I think you should. That's very, a critical crowd there. So if you can please them.
Very.
Hey.
And they're some of my biggest fans on Rick's Corner, too. And so I don't have a problem with that at all.
I don't think you should.
And if a guy looks good, and whether he's gay or straight and he looks good, I'll tell him he looks good.
Yeah.
Because you know what? People need to hear that someone else thinks they're in good shape.
I agree, because it's a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work.
And it's really nice to hear from, especially a random person who says, you look great.
Yeah.
And has no interest in you, whatever, sexually or otherwise, and
Right.
just sort of just says, you look great, you look like you worked hard. It's such a good payoff.
Well, I see guys